Hi guys. So this is actually take two of tying my first waist bead of the year because I made my first video like 5 minutes ago in a private tied tribe group, and apparently I don't know enough about this technology to understand that I couldn't share that video to the larger Alio family. So I'm back. So actually the first waist bead I tied this year was this one. But again, I couldn't share the video and I wanted everyone to be able to see how to tie the waist bead. So I am back. I have my waist bead. So I am retying. Some of you know that New Year's Eve I cut off 8 of my 9 waist beads. So this was the one I was left with. And I am now retying new strands on for the new year. So this was the first one. So I'm going to tie on this solid blue strand. So all of my new strands for the new year will all be solid colored strands, which I'm super excited about. I also have, and you should have when you get ready to tie your waist beads, handy a container to put your beads in and some scissors. So I have those two things here. So when you get your waist bead, it'll be in a little silk bag, rolled up kind of like this. And you just take it out of the bag. So on the end of the waist bead on both sides, there are these looped knots that you can see here. And then there's a little tail on the looped knots. See that little tail? So that's actually what you're going to pull on to release the string so that the beads can have somewhere to move to. So I'm going to take this looped knot, open it up, and now my beads, as you can see, can move. I open them both up so that it gives me some room to play with. And now I'm going to even out the amount of string on both sides and wrap the strand around my waist like a belt. So we're like this with the strand wrapped like a belt. Now I think I want to put this bead actually above my red strand. So I'm going to look down here at my belly and try to get it together so that it's situated where I want it to be situated and not just haphazard, which can sometimes happen if we aren't paying attention. So I think I want it in the middle, so I'm going to go right about here and cross it over. So I just lay it on top one strand. You see this little white part, so that's where the string is crossing over. I'm going to lay it one strand on top of the other. And then just flip the strand like I'm going to tie it, but not, just to see if I have it in the right place. So this is sort of where it would close. And then I'll flip it over again and then just lay it down so I can see if the bead is living where I want it to live, or if it's situated where I want it to be. So that looks good to me. It is below my bronze strand, but above my red one. I'm probably going to retie on myself about the same amount, 9, 11 waist beads. So some of them will be further down, some of them will be sort of living in between here. But I think I like where this blue strand lives right now, so I'm going to tie it. And notice that the two little ends are still here. The white beads, the anchor beads, are still there. Don't take those off until you absolutely know your strand is where you want it to be, and you're ready to tie a knot in it. So let me check this one more time to see if this is where I want it. Somehow I might want it a little bit lower. I think I do. So I'm going to open it back up. So you literally can just unravel it, if you will. Add a few extra beads if you want to make it a little longer, and then fold it again, because I think that might be a little higher than I'm interested in keeping it. So let me check the placement one more time. There it is. Yes, that's a lot better for me. So now I'm going to tie it in a knot. Like you would tie any knot. Just tie it and close it. So I'm tying it again in another knot. And now that it's in 2 knots, now I can remove these extra beads. So I will cut the anchor bead off now. Now that my bead is in place where I want it to live, I'll cut the anchor bead off, get my bowl, and then let the beads fall, the loose beads fall into the bowl. I'll do that to this side as well. And let the beads fall into the bowl. And then there is this interesting little trick of tying the waist bead that I want to show you guys, because I think most people are not doing this. So when you cut your anchor bead off, what you have is 4 pieces of string. You're going to tie these 2 by 2 as opposed to 2 and 2. So the 2 in the middle here, I'm going to let those other ones go, and I'm going to tie these 2 together. And then I'm going to take the other 2 and tie them together. And I do that a couple times because I want to make sure the knot is secure and it can't slip out. So when you tie your strand in this way, your knot can never slip out. So I'm going to grab this side again and tie it again. And then I'll take the 2 and the 2 and then tie them together. Once and then again. And then I'll cut right below the knot. Now I know you wouldn't be able to see the knot, but you're going to want to cut just slightly below the knot, not on it. I gotta pay attention here. I don't want to cut my knot. And then what you'll have is this little tail. So you just grab that little piece, bend it over, roll it around, and eventually it will sort of disappear into the waist bead. I do a little twist so that the knot is in the back. And there we are. Waist bead on, waist bead secure, everybody's happy. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great Sunday. Take care.